Oh my goodness. I love this version of me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, family. Welcome to the Mental House with me, your host, Khadija. I'm back today with I've had it with my girls Jennifer and Angela um, Beaver, and I want y'all to hear this. What these women have to say about Elon Musk publicly rejected by women and Trump, um, which is really weird to me. Um, like a lot of these Hollywood people, which make me reassess a lot of them, like Nick Cannon, and because I always have a feeling about a man that wants to have a bunch of children um, by different women and just uh, a really and without putting my personal feeling on the whole thing, y'all have to admit it's real freaky. Because you, after you hear this shit about Elon Musk, and you know this goes on in Hollywood all the time, it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder about all these so-called fathers with all these so-called children, and just how these children were conceived. Okay, because they don't have any morals. There's no moral compass. So with that being said, I was very shocked. Not really shocked. Let me take that back. I was tripping off of Elon Musk and his baby mamas and the Well, y'all go ahead. Y'all check this out. I'm gonna let them do the talking.
And the DMs on Twitter are jarring, disgusting, and I'm going to share every detail with you guys. First up, Elon Musk just casually drops this text to one of his baby mamas, Ashley St. Clair. Please put this up. While Musk was in Pennsylvania canvassing for Trump before the election, Musk sent a series of texts about the urgency of winning the state to St. Clair. Musk says, in all of history, there has never been a competitive army composed of women. Not even once, he wrote. Men are made for war. Real men, anyway. He followed up with, I am in full war mode, going to the front lines today. Must win Pennsylvania. So here he is, just casually dropping some I hate women to one of his baby mamas. And all of these MAGA people act like they are so concerned about women's sports. The more the economy tanks, the more Fox News rolls out trans hacky sack players and trans pool players, that this is the greatest threat to American democracy. And you would think Moses Mike Johnson, the big Jesus guy, the big Speaker of the House, would be so mortified at the fact that Elon Musk shops for baby mamas as a side hustle on an app that he owns, formerly Twitter, and just breeds with reckless disregard for the lives of these babies. You would think he would just be beside himself. What would Jesus do? Nope. Here's what he has to say on Twitter today. Fox News tweets, UK Supreme Court issues landmark ruling on legal definition of woman. Moses Mike, Speaker of the House Johnson, who lives with an evangelical preacher who answers the door in his panties to greet Moses Mike, says another victory for common sense. The UK, an epicenter of liberal and progressive ideologies.
Wait a minute. Did you hear what she said about his roommate, Moses Mike? Mike, that's the leader of the house. His roommate answers the door with his panties on, allegedly. That's like some J. Edgar Hoover shit. Answering the door with his fishnet panties on and with a 5 o'clock shadow, and nobody's supposed to look at him. Oh, these people are just dumb.
Finally acknowledge the correct definition of a woman. How long until Democrats in America figure it out? This is such a sideshow. This is, you know, that they are freaking out the more they roll this out. And it is so ridiculous that the Moses Mike Johnsons of the world, the Pam Bondys of the world, the Donald Trumps, the J.D. Vances, the Elon Musk say that they care about women. All of this is a scapegoat and a wedge issue. They don't give a shit about women, and it shows in Elon Musk's text messages. He's scared of women. He's petrified of women. That's why he was going to the front lines of Pennsylvania. And then some more juicy details have rolled out with Musk. He wants to cancel the DMs on Twitter now because all of these baby mamas are leaking all of this stuff. Put this up. During the height of her interactions with billionaire owner Fong, this is a MAGA influencer, earned $21,000 on the platform in a 2-week period. That was about when Musk sent her a direct message asking if she was interested in having his child. The two had never met in person. So Elon Musk, one of the most powerful men in the world, is DMing somebody asking if she wants to have a baby. They've never met in person. Fong didn't move forward with this. And then Musk cancels all of her Twitter income. So not only is he a weirdo that's shopping for baby mamas online, he is a petulant little titty baby that when he doesn't get what he wants, he has to cancel her Twitter subscription, and then she's out of income. These people are so weird. It is so bizarre that these people have ascended to the top of the United States government, and in less than 90 days have completely reconfigured our reputation, our standing, our economy. Everything is in the shitter because of these psychopaths. Another thing that leaked out, Musk is bragging to Ashley St. Clair about people just randomly asking him for sperm. Put this up. In 2023, he had a meeting in Austin where people he described as Japanese officials asked him to be a sperm donor for a high-profile woman, according to a text message. Musk says, they want me to be a sperm donor. No romance or anything, just sperm. He later told her he gave his sperm to the person who asked for it without naming the woman. And I just...
Are y'all hearing this? Are y'all hearing this? Remember, this is the party of morality, law and order. And this dude is around there. Now you have proof that this guy manipulates X or Twitter the way he wants to. Okay? Mess around with your income if you don't do what he prescribes you to do, or if he disagrees with your opinion. He has the ability, and he is using it to censor you. Okay? Shut you down and make it impossible for you to make any income. This is what they do. So if he can do that, what would make you think that this fucker wouldn't manipulate the votes? And for all of you cowards, who know that there's something that's going on with them votes, but is so scared that you're going to have to deal with white folk, the majority of them that are racist, and that means you're going to have to kill your relatives like it is in the Civil War. Y'all don't want to deal with it. You rather jump around this issue with these sick ass people and these sick offenses that are morally bankrupt, that is going around the internet asking women to take his sperm and don't give a damn who he give his sperm to, and he had all these test tube babies. This is some sick shit. Ain't nobody talking about this part. This is who y'all got representing your country. And we ain't even gonna talk about smoky-eyed J.D. Vance. We'll talk about him in a minute, because you don't know if he's a drag queen or what, on the cusp of a drag queen. It's just insidious, all of it. I ain't done.
This is so unbelievable to me that he's just giving his sperm out. But this shows you what a psychopath billionaire he is. Any normal person would feel the gravity of breeding, like, oh, they would feel the responsibility of it, of what a big obligation it is to bring a human into this earth. But that's not what it's about for him. He uses his little child X as a human shield on his shoulders at all times when he's in public. And he doesn't even speak to his trans daughter because he's too embarrassed by that, which is insane and such an insult to anybody who has literally lost their child, anybody whose child has died, to think that he's willfully not having a relationship with his child. And I just want to say, all this IVF stuff, again, is gender affirming care. All right. Next up, we have the Daily Beast is reporting, and Axios. They're both reporting this, and this is some juicy tea. So put this up. Trump killed Musk's secret Pentagon briefing. Trump said, "What the fuck is Elon doing there?" And then he went on in this article to say, like, make sure he doesn't go in there. So Musk is basically trying to arrange for private meetings with the Pentagon. I want to remind everybody he's from South Africa. He came over here on shaky visa grounds. He is a taxpayer-funded billionaire. He has just awarded himself contracts. He's clearly on ketamine all the time. He has no security clearance, and his goons are hacking into systems, and what it appears is giving Russia the login information. And I'm surprised it's taken this long for Trump to go, what the fuck is Elon doing here? Which tells me there's some secret there. There's some mutually assured destruction. But this is going to explode in spectacular fashion because two malignant, psychopathic narcissists are not going to be able to continue to share the stage. This stuff will leak and drip and leak and drip. And I think that a lot of this stuff is intentionally leaked by Trump. Next up, we have, you guys, China is trolling the shit out of JD Vance on TikTok. And just put this up. 乡巴佬眼线笔，中国制造，质量可靠。Okay, it said Sister Hillbilly Eyeliner, and they have JD Vance in a full smoky eye and completely in drag. And here's the thing, you wouldn't just randomly make such a video about, like, Governor Tim Walz, because he doesn't give those vibes. JD Vance runs around with certain degrees of eyeliner on all the time. Everybody knows that he was like the hillbilly elegy, and then he goes off to Peter Thiel's gay camp and comes back yassified, wearing all that eyeliner, and he is about to pop a smoky eye. And the Chinese are trolling the shit out of MAGA. They are eviscerating MAGA. And what's so screwed up about this entire thing is our standing with the economy, with our country, with our military, with everything just 90 days ago was so much greater than it is now because we elected criminals, real criminals. When Trump talks about the homegrowns, it's him. It's him and his administration. Okay, guys, I really want you to support our show by supporting our sponsor.
Now, y'all hear that? Do y'all care about that? Trump talking about sending away homegrown people when he's the first and main crook that should be sent someplace. And I can't believe the American people. I really thought in my life that we would be further ahead as a society by now. And now I can't cover up for no more craziness. All your life, you try to walk a fine line of being sane and insane, doing the right thing and not doing the right thing, holding on to your faith, holding on, and now you have these criminals all around you that is testing your faith by the second. They talk about gay people and homophobic and trans and all this shit, and then yet it's still Mike Johnson's alleged roommate answers the door with his panties on. Look at all the people from that party who are molesting, who are being caught in nefarious positions with minors. It's all a freak show. And nobody really gives a damn that it's a freak show. That's a bigger problem to me. A real big problem that a lot of y'all know. But you would rather throw the country down uh, the tube. You let the Exxons and the Shells in them rule us, as opposed to taking your power back as a human being, as a person, and saying, no more of this bullshit. This has got to stop. We have got to do better. I don't question the heart of the people. I question the heart of the people that we have representing us in Congress, the ones who are supposed to be fighting for us. I don't think they're doing enough. I really don't. I don't think they're doing enough, and more has to be done. These people, again, Donald Trump needs to be impeached. We need an Article 25. This is insane. Uh, the Milley, remember the military dude? Milley, he said this when he was in office. Well, listen.
So China's been trolling JD Vance. I love it, but I want to illustrate right now what the remaining American infrastructure is doing that isn't related to government. We've seen law firms cave to Trump, which I think this sort of capitulation is incredibly dangerous and leaves us all vulnerable. You see Colombia cave. You saw all of the tech oligarchs cave. You see Target cave. And we said on iHip News, Pumps and Me, this was a short-sighted agenda for these companies. Target caved, and let's look at what their stock is doing now. Target is devastated. They are at the bottom of the COVID market right now. And I just want to remind you guys, Target was a company that embraced Black Lives Matter. Target embraced the LGBTQ plus community. It was kind of the cool, corporate store juxtaposed to Walmart. The minute Trump wins, the very second, they just dismantle all of it. And it just shows you how nothing was genuine. They never had any conviction about their support for social justice or human rights. It was just about money. And I think all of these companies that operate like that, you're going to go down in history as being appeasers to a Nazi government who now has a concentration camp in El Salvador and is talking about sending American citizens to El Salvador. There's Google imagery of this concentration camp with blood all over the cement. We know what this place is. This is abhorrent. And all of these Christian women, all of these Christian MAGA women that go out and defend this immoral, disgusting administration with the crosses on their neck. This is beyond the pale. This level of hypocrisy, the Mike Johnsons of the world, the Pam Bondis, that dipshit White House press secretary, these are the most disgusting people. These are the people that make it so easy for China to troll us. These are the worst of our country. The very worst manifestations of American culture are all now in power. They have no conviction. They have no morals. Every message they have is hollow. There's no meaning behind it because they just worship a disgusting man who cheats at golf and wears orange makeup every single day. And I just want to show you in closing this side-by-side of The Economist magazine. 6 months ago, an image of US dollar bills rolled up with a rocket going up, and it says the envy of the world. America's economy, a special report.
Now look at it.
6 months later, the only thing that's happened is we've elected Trump. It says how a dollar crisis would unfold. In just 6 months, we've gone from having an economy that is the envy of the world to being ridiculed, browbeat, demeaned on social media, and we deserve it because we elected criminals. We elected people that are not qualified to run the federal government. The Republican Congress has abdicated all of their power, their decency, all of the MAGA men in Congress that have allowed Donald Trump and Elon Musk to emasculate them is beyond the pale. I don't have any hope that they will do the right thing and impeach, which means that we
They
have to
won't.
keep our eye on the ball and make sure that we make it to midterms and make sure that we keep free and fair elections. And then when we get power again, because there's no question it would be a blue wave, we impeach this motherfucker once and for all. All right, we're trying to get to 1 million.
You hear that? Gotta be impeached. There's no way around it. Y'all have elected a fucking criminal. You elected a criminal to the White House. Let's just fathom that for a minute. A freaking crook. A convicted felon. Don't matter if you black or white. If you that insane and you hate somebody that bad or you yourself that bad that you would openly vote for somebody who is clearly a psychopath, clearly a convicted felon, clearly a sexual abuser, clearly an insurrectionist. And he's got all these freaking weirdos in the White House. Boy, I'm telling you. Listen, I want to thank I've had it podcast for help contributing and giving me an opportunity to respond to their opinions because they're dead on. They're dead on. J.D. Vance is being trolled by China now with his eye makeup, and they got little babies now with little eyeshadow on, talking about they J.D. Vance kids. This is crazy, y'all. It's for those of y'all who think this is normal. It's not. It's not. And so for those of y'all who only know Donald Trump as a president and was able to vote in the last 10 years, I feel sorry for you because you really don't have no semblance of what a normal government looks like and how it operates because it don't operate like this. All right, what say you? If you like what you hear, please like, subscribe, and share my channel, and I will definitely see you in the next video. Bye-bye.